Hello and welcome to Trading Photos. This is CY Entertainment Tonight and I am your host Paola Palacios. Today on the set we have Eve Austin with us. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
So Eve is a producer and an actress. She has many projects coming up and she has some that are just doing it really good right now. Like she has a movie coming up as well. So tell us about that. Tell us about what's coming up.
Okay. So basically, there's always something happening in my life.
Right. That's good.
Yeah, that's, something's coming up. We're still alive and we're still moving. Currently, I have a film that I have a role in. It's not something I produced. It's called American Fango.
Okay.
And it is an absolutely beautiful coming-of-age story for a young man. And it was shot in Rome, LA, and New York. And we have it on Amazon Video and on iTunes and on a lot of different platforms. So we're very excited, and we're hoping that people will stream us and get to see this wonderful movie. And the producer of this is actually getting ready to make another film now. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, and that particular one won maybe 40. Every film festival it was in, it won. First prize.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, it's wonderful. It does not have a name person in it.
Okay.
And that's unusual these days to get that distributed, but the movie's that good. So it's very worthwhile seeing.
What's the movie about?
Well, it's a young man who's Italian. He's in Italy, and he meets a woman who kind of deceives him, and he goes after her in the United States, and things don't turn out quite the way that he thought.
Okay.
But he creates a different kind of life for himself. So that particular one is out now. There's a film called Joe, which is a romantic comedy. It is a short romantic comedy, and it was just accepted into the Sedona International Film Festival.
Oh, wow.
Which is a very prestigious festival, and we're quite excited about it. And that's happening now, like next week.
Really?
In Sedona.
What's your part in that movie?
Well, I play the mom of the lead. I do a lot of moms. Different kinds of moms. Nice moms, not so nice moms.
Everything.
Everything. Everything. Also, we're doing a lot of film festival stuff. So I've produced a short called Legit. And that is, it's been in a couple of festivals. It was nominated for several prizes. One of them is Art is Alive, which is a new film festival in New York, coming again this year.
Okay.
The other one is the Brightside Tavern Festival, and we just got accepted in Hang On to Your Shorts in New Jersey with that particular film, so that's exciting. So we're doing film festival with that. Another one that's just a quickie. I have a small role in it, but it's Heap. It's called Heap, and it's also a short, and it just won the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival.
That's great.
So there's always something going on. But my main thing that I want to bring out to the world is because I am producing things, and it's basically things that are human stories that people can relate to.
Yeah.
But it's also geared towards a market that is very difficult to find in terms of social media, for example, which is huge for us, certainly for younger people. The baby boomer market.
Oh, yes.
Which we were talking about earlier. So it constitutes 40%. Of all of American people. That's 40% of all the people.
Of the people that it's hard for them, to stream.
They don't know how to. Many of them do not know how to. So where they're kind of short, well, the benefit of that market is just purely on a marketing level. You're talking about 70 million people, 40% of the United States. And I'm pretty sure, even though I haven't researched it, that it's the same worldwide. People are living longer, and now they are not. They're going onto social media, but they're not really well versed in it, and they really don't know how to how to access it. They have to ask their kids or their grandkids or whatever it is.
Of course.
Now, with that market, as I said, it's 40% of the United States, but it's also 80% of all the expendable income in America. That
Wow.
means, yeah, meaning, you know, most of the audience would know this, but that basically 80%, you know, everybody is scrambling to make money to be able to make a living, and this generation has the money and expendable, meaning that they can actually afford to buy other things
Yeah.
rather than their daily bread and their rent and their whatever.
Of course.
So they're a fantastic market. They're very hard to reach. And one of the shows that's reaching them, like Netflix, for example,
Yeah.
is still very popular. Well, Netflix is the easiest way for these baby boomers to get it, because now when you sell a TV, pretty much it has a Netflix button on it, and they just push the button and they can watch the show. But when it comes to
Other
finding,
things, it's hard for them.
it's very hard for them. They don't understand the concept of Hulu or the
Yeah.
concept of different media. And so I am actually appealing to your audience and hoping that somebody might call in and say, you know, I have a solution for this issue. How do we actually get entertainment to the people that need it the most? And, you know, obviously there's also the commercial part of it. I mean, obviously, if I can't reach them unless you're on network television, which isn't
Yeah.
lately where it's at, you know,
No,
it's very
everything's
hard.
online right now.
Yes, and they don't know how to use
advancing.
it. And plus, they don't also like to watch it on a TV screen. They don't really like to watch it on a computer, where a lot of younger people watch the movie on a computer with no problem.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to reach out to those guys. So if anybody knows anything out there, let's go.
See, that's a huge like that. I never actually got. I never thought about that, but it's a huge market, and if you're able to target that market, then I mean it's life changing. You know,
It's life changing to people that are not, you know, perhaps in a big city like we are.
Exactly.
You know, New York, Chicago, LA. There are people that are in small little towns, and they are, you know, the same TV is available to them, but
Yeah.
they are not out on the street learning and seeing and whatever, and they deserve to have things that relate to them. They are not going to relate to, you know, 22-year-old girls trying to find a life, except for their own children.
Of
So,
course.
yeah.
And it has to be very relatable, and especially with the finding of the shows. Right now, I guess you're finding everything online, and it's hard to, I think little by little, TV is gonna just start dying. You know what I mean? It's with everything that's coming up, then we have to reach that market, and how do we do it?
Yeah.
It's definitely a tricky thing to think about.
It's tricky, and you know, if you're thinking about, let's say, if baby boomers, really they were in their 40s, but
Yeah.
even if you extend it to the 50s,
Yes.
all right, so let's say 50s to 70, that's a 20-year period. You can carry those people. It's not like a dead market and then other people will come to replace it. And then eventually we'll all be on the same playing field,
Yes.
knowing it. But for right
It's
now,
gonna change after that.
yeah, it has to change
Yes.
because, you know, advertisers want their products out there. You know, I mean, that's how they make money, and if they can't reach them, they can't reach them. And that's
very
pretty
true.
much it.
That's very true.
So, you know, that's one of the things I'm doing. Also, there are so many other things going on. I mean, there's a film that's coming out
Okay.
now, very soon. I don't know the exact date, but it's called Wait.
Wait, what's it about?
And it's about a guy. It's a comedy. It's about a guy who's quite big, and it's really for younger people.
Okay.
I mean, not for young. The movie's for everybody, but it deals with very young people and,
Okay.
and trying to find their life and how people are affected by being particularly heavy and trying to have a
Okay.
life. And it is, as I said, a comedy. It is fun. It's more like a Judd Apatow kind of comedy. It is a full-length feature. It has Randy Quaid in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Kathy Najimy and Peter Scolari and Jason Mewes, which is one of the younger people love that guy. At any rate, it's also, I'm sure it's going to end up on one of the streaming platforms.
That's great. That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
So what part do you have in that?
I play. I'm laughing because it's so funny.
Tell us about it.
It's a she's a facilitator in an OA, OA meetings, like AA meetings, is Overweight's Anonymous.
Okay.
And they're very private. We don't mean to make fun of it or anything like that because it's a serious subject.
Okay, of
But
course.
she is a little bit over enthusiastic and
About it.
trying to get her people to do what they're supposed to be doing. And so I'm in it, and we move the movie along. I don't have a lead in it, but my own movies I have leads in. And a lot of other ones too, the smaller ones. But I love the business. I love to work in it. I love meeting new people. But mostly I want to create new content for people that need it. And there's a certain point where, as an actor that I've been for many years, and I do theater as well. Last year I did the lead in a show that was at the Midtown International Theater Festival.
Okay.
And so we did a short run on that, and it was wonderful role, wonderful play. Obviously when we actors do a play, we can't be in other things at the same time. So it's, I love theater, but the time commitment,
It's more.
it's more steady, but at the same time, you can't just say, well, I'm not doing the show tonight because I got a TV show.
Exactly.
You have to,
Commit.
make yourself available. Once you commit, you commit. And in my world, you commit and you do it. Doesn't matter
Yes.
what emergencies they are. It's like the postman.
You have to come in.
You have to come in, right?
So that's nice. So you do acting in front of the camera, and then you also do theater. So it sounds like you've been doing a lot of in front of the camera mostly, right? Like you.
That's just lately.
Lately,
in
you've
the
done-
early part of my career, I did mostly theater.
More okay.
And things have shifted in the world of entertainment.
Yes.
And I don't think people realize that the entertainment community, especially the union, people that are in SAG, for example, they 97% of those people, of us, do not make. They don't even make close to $100,000 a year. That means 3% of all the people in SAG
Okay.
are making a living, so to speak, over $100,000 a year, which means all the movie stars that you see are making the millions at the top. Listen, you make it there, God bless you. There's a reason that you're there. I have no, I want to say envy, whatever it is. I think you're meant to be where you're meant to be.
Of course.
My entire thing in life is about helping people. We didn't even talk about that, but it's all about metaphysics. It's all about that we're much greater than we think we are. And I'm hoping through entertainment to let people relate to that and look at it and say, I can do that. And even if it's not, you don't have to be the biggest movie star in the world, but you can be an actor.
Yes. Exactly.
So
you can get there.
it's
little by
not
little.
about fame or fortune or whatever, because if you go for that, you go for that. That's your prerogative. But for all of us, it's a ride. It's our journey. It's being with people that are equally minded. It's people, actors and people in our business, I find. There's a lot of heavy, ugly things going on that we have to deal with
Of course.
today because it's been going on for too long. But at the same time, we have to give some kind of value to people, to let them look at a mirror of themselves and see how they can better themselves and how they can make their life, even a show that makes people laugh makes a difference, or people sitting in their homes, alone.
Exactly.
And so if you can give them some companionship in a way that they could do it, then my job is done. That's what I was meant to do, everybody's job is important. But some of us want to make big changes.
Yes.
And the only way you can do it is
people.
do it through your craft, through your art, until you make a lot of money, and then you can do it through your money.
Exactly.
But it's oops, sorry, you don't do that on TV, do you?
I don't think so.
It's all right, we're real. We're real.
So, what are you working on now? Like, do you have some things coming up right now?
do.
So talk about that.
I do. So I have to look at my crib notes because I don't remember.
No worries.
The actress that doesn't remember, I'm kidding. So there is two things coming up. One is a pilot presentation that we're creating,
Okay.
and it's called Exit Zero.
Okay, Exit Zero.
And Paige Cooper Anderson, who just won as co-director of a film called Patiri in the Promised Land at the London International Film Festival last week. She just won Best Director.
Oh wow, that's
Yes,
huge.
it is huge, and she won it with Dana Marissa Schoenfeld, who's also a filmmaker, who's also winning every festival. So those two ladies are going to co-direct this Exit Zero, and it's we're shooting in Cape May.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's for a week, and it's going to be these Victorian homes, and it's haunted houses.
Oh.
It's a horror comedy.
Horror comedy. And
Yes.
what's your part in it?
I am the matriarch of the family. I am no longer alive, but
Okay.
I give my 2 cents to my kids.
Well,
And
you're
I
the
take
ghost.
care. That's right. Well, I'm the ghost, and that's right in the pilot from the get-go, so it's not a
Okay.
big secret. But it's hysterically funny, and I'm working with some fantastic actors that I'm excited as hell about. Oops, can you say that word? I don't know. Can we say
Fine.
the H word?
I guess I
And then
can.
finally, and then I'm doing another film with Cindy Mitch, who is an interviewer like you are. She's in the middle of the country, and she's got 90,000 viewers, and she's a huge proponent of actors and of films, and she has a festival called Art is Alive, which I've had a film in, and this year she's actually making a movie called Love is a Two-Way Mirror, and I will be working on that as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, and then there's everything else that's waiting out there that hasn't
you're
come
gonna
into
keep
my
having-
radar yet,
Of
but it's there. It's
course.
there.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it for?
That's a long time.
A long time.
Yeah, it's my second career.
Oh, okay.
I used to be in advertising
Okay.
and fashion.
Oh, nice.
And in fact, I was advertising director at Diane von Furstenberg in her
Oh.
first incarnation. I think I was 24.
Really?
She must have been 28 or something. And she had a huge company, and that was towards the end of her run the first time.
Uh-huh.
And it was very interesting, and I loved that. But after 2 children, I went right into the theater world and the acting world, fell in
And
love
it-
with it, and never left.
That's nice.
And I don't think I'm ever going to leave, because I
It's
think
just what you love.
actors and people in this world, I think, are some of the smartest, most wonderful people. They are not necessarily all about money. They're not necessarily about anything except being happy and making other people happy. And the
that's a
few
beautiful-
sour grapes that are out there, they're going to just drop by the wayside, you know? So
it's-
that's my thing. My jam is like meeting people that are creative and creating stuff with them,
And just
no
making
matter what age,
people happy.
and making people happy. I'm happy when they're happy. So
That's
yeah.
true. You have to give, right?
Yeah.
You gotta give.
No question.
Well, this was Eve Austin. Eve, can you please tell us where they can reach you? Do
Absolutely.
you have any social medias where people can follow you?
I actually do. Even
Okay.
I'm a certain age, I do know a little bit about social media, not much. Okay, so I have a website that's called Eve Austin, AUSTIN, eveaustin.net. And there you've got most of my material on there. And then I'm also on IMDb, which is the database for all the actors.
Great.
I am at Ms. Eve Austin on Twitter. I'm also Miss Eve Austin on Instagram. Yeah. All right. And then and on Facebook, it's Eve Austin, and you'll see my face, so you'll know it's me. I think apparently there's some other people there that are called Eve Austin, but we don't want to. We don't want to deal with them. Just me. Thank you.
Just her. Look at her face. Well, it was such a pleasure to have you here,
So great to
Eve.
see
Thank you
you.
so much.
Muchas gracias. We didn't even talk about our Spanish.
I know, we both speak Spanish, which is great.
Yeah.
Well, I am your host, Paola Palacios, and this was CY Entertainment Tonight. Thank you for watching.